Hey everyone, it's Ian and Vince from Blue Sauce here.
Yep. And today we're going to be discussing just some random video game stuff and topics for 2019. Even though we're not kind of the first ones to get into this, but hey, why wait until it's too late?
Yeah, it's the beginning of January. It's only January 21st, so thought, well, we have the whole year ahead of us, so we're going to talk about predictions
And
stuff.
our opinions on stuff. So let's
Let's get started here.
yeah. Now just to make one thing clear, this is not scripted, but we do know what we're talking about, and we do have our opinions. So let's get started with our first subject.
The Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah.
That is coming out January 25th, 2019. So, 4 days from when this video will be up. I'm really excited for this game.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm not a fan of the Resident Evil series. Like, it's not that I don't like it, I just never played it. And judging by the trailer, looks good. I mean, I might give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah, because I'll be getting it at some point, so you can try it out.
Yeah.
Another thing, I actually used to have an actual copy of the actual Resident Evil 2 on PS1.
Okay.
I had a legit disc copy of it, but something happened to it. I think the disc got cracked or something.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I got it for free too. A friend gave it to me because he had 2 copies of it. He's like, "You want it?" I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
sure."
Yeah,
Free
copy.
Anyway, I also have that as a PS1 classic on my PS3. So we can go play it the original anytime if you want to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, might as well, because I've been trying to get into new games. I want to break away from just all the platforming and just other racing stuff I've been doing.
Okay, but judging from the trailer, like the E3 trailer and stuff from last year, oh my god, it looks amazing.
Oh, it
Leon,
does.
oh my god, Leon looks great, and he's one of my favorite characters because I tell you, Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite. I'm number 1 Resident Evil game. I beat that game like 20, 30 times. I would say.
Wow.
Not even kidding. I swear, because I remember one of my old memory cards on GameCube. I think I kept beating it because again and again so I can get all the money and stuff and unlock all the weapons. Like I got the infinite rocket launcher and all that crap. It costs a million pesetas and stuff. But I think I was on round 18 it said or something like that.
Wow.
I swear. On on a GameCube, but that memory card got broken.
Yeah, so, well, he's not lying here. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've done a lot. I've been replaying that game. But anyway, Leon. Yeah, Leon's like one of my favorite characters that I was saying, and I remember he debuted in the original Resident Evil 2. So he looks pretty good. I mean, at least like as a remake, which is great. Because there's a difference here. There's a difference between a remake and a remaster.
Yeah,
people don't understand that.
Yeah, because I think some people have been stating that they've kind of been thinking, oh, it's going to be just another remastered version of the same game that we've been playing for like some time now.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it might be the same. It's gonna be the same remake. It's gonna be the same character, same story, but differences.
It's basically going to be probably under the same situation as Silent Hill Shattered Memories.
Yeah, it's the same storyline. It's just different aspects.
Yeah, and there's some difference, like a few tweaks to like in terms of like gameplay, story, and certain elements. But it's not going to be like 100% the same game. There's going to be differences and maybe some nods or little stuff that's like in touch with the original. But it's not going to be just a 100% remastered port.
Yeah, because I was on Twitter yesterday, and I was reading something. Alpha Mega Sin shared something or commented on something on there, and somebody was basically stating that they didn't understand the difference between a remake and remaster. Like, oh, why is the first one is only $20? Why is this one gonna be $60? And he's making a joke saying that Resident Evil 3 is going to be like $120 or $80 or something, like more expensive. Like, what's 4 gonna be like? No, it's not the same. That's just remastered. They don't need to remaster some of those ones. We already did. I already have remastered.
Leave to the remasters or just slightly updated versions.
They just update the graphics.
To Nintendo because they're good at that.
It's literally because those means it's the same. Like it's gonna be the same. It's just updated graphics, same story, same characters, same exact dialogue, same exact menus. Just looks a little better.
Yeah.
So just so you know, yeah, Resident Evil 2 is a remake, so completely different but same. So just get that out of the way.
All right.
Now we're gonna move on to
Mortal Kombat 11. I remember like seeing the trailer for it, and I'm not gonna comment on the music controversy. Well, not controversy, more of like a mixed debate on people, because I could care less on what the music selection is. They could have just gone with the original movie theme from the old Mortal Kombat adaptation, for all I care. But it looks great, though, blood and galore from the trailer. And what really surprised me that this was coming to Nintendo, Nintendo Switch, and I don't think we really had like a. Now you could correct me in the comments, but I don't think we had a Mortal Kombat game on a Nintendo console since Armageddon for the Wii. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. No, I'm not saying I'm correct. And that's great. Like. Good to play Mortal Kombat on the go. That's gonna be amazing. Then finally showed some of the characters in the game. They all look good. I'm glad Scarlett's back. She was one of my favorites from the 2011 game. Everything looks good. The fighting is great. Some of the fatality moves were great. But then I saw something that's like I think kind of at a debate on something, and I know ArchGT85 made his own video about it. That's like, is Mortal Kombat 11 too bloody and violent for Switch? What do you think about that, Ian?
It really depends, because I mean, most people associate the Switch as being a kid system or family system.
Let me say something about that. Nintendo, yes, has been kind of more on the family side. Appropriate titles for all ages that the whole family can enjoy.
Rated M is like a rare thing.
Oh, I don't think
I
don't think Nintendo has ever made an M-rated title. I know they made T-rated titles.
But personal first party, yeah.
I think the only T-rated titles that they've ever made was Smash Brothers and like Brawl and Ultimate. That was because I think Snake is from what I probably like to think.
I think fighting's violent.
Yeah. But if I can only imagine what a M-rated game could be. Mario just gets a fucking machine gun and starts massacring Goombas and Goombas.
I mean, there is a Flash game that's like that, but not a machine gun, it's a shotgun.
Yeah, but like I said, wishful thinking, we know that. But anyway, I think with the Wii, they kind of went back to that more of the family friendly norm, or maybe the GameCube, because I know the N64 had some, Doom 64 and the infamous Conker's Bad Fur Day. I think GameCube did had some titles. I think Geist was one of them.
Yeah, they had some. It was still a rare thing.
Yeah, but then I think by the Wii they kind of went back. I mean, they had Call of Duty and then Mortal Kombat.
Oh, they had Obscure
and
the Aftermath
didn't they have
on there, and Resident 4
was it
Manhunt?
Manhunt on there?
Manhunt 2 was a violent game. It was so bad it had to get a rated A rating before.
And then re-rated.
Re-rated, yeah.
Anyway, but then with the Wii U, they kind of they had Bayonetta 2, but that was about. I think that was about
Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Ghosts on there.
Yeah, but I think that was about it. But then I think Nintendo's really started to go back to being much more mature, because we got Doom, we got Wolfenstein. We got some of the Bayonetta games, remakes. And then we got, we're getting Doom Eternal, that's coming on the way. And now Mortal Kombat 11, which is the first Mortal Kombat game I've seen on a Nintendo system. But, is it too bloody and violent? I wouldn't really think so, because Nintendo's been doing Mortal Kombat with the SNES. Well, okay, not...
Oh, I turned off.
Well, yeah, they censored it with, removing a blood, I think, sweat on some reason, which is why the Sega Genesis version was sold more. But even though you had to put in the code Abacab, Genesis album reference. But starting with Mortal Kombat 2 was Blood for All, and then you get the idea. And they've kept doing up until, I think, the Wii. And we never really had a Mortal Kombat title since then. I think we might have gotten a few MK titles. I think ports for, like, I think DS and Game Boy. I think that was probably it.
Yeah, there was a Game Boy Advance one, too.
But anyway, I don't really think it can be too bloody and violent for Switch.
A lot of adults actually buy the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, because
It's
adult
pretty popular for adults.
but the Switch is definitely going to be like, this is not a kids thing with the Wii U. Let's not the horrible memories of
Some
those
good. I
ads.
mean, it's a good. Oh yeah, how do I say it? Almost like nostalgic in a way because now you get the NES games, the Super Nintendo games are supposedly
Oh
coming,
yeah,
and just in general, people are like, okay, I want to play the new Mario game, I want to play
yeah,
the new Zelda game. Well, you gotta get a Switch.
yeah. So and thus, on the ads, is they're showing that we're not. This is going to be for everybody, kids, adults, teens alike. And in Mortal Kombat, that's definitely going to be more an adults more. It's going to be showing that Switch is not a kid's toy, or
Yeah.
something like that. And speaking of Mortal Kombat, this might be kind of early, but why not probably discuss the possibility of DLC characters? Because with every new Mortal Kombat game, they're going to throw in some good DLC characters. And since it's coming to Switch, I'm definitely going to be excited to see what they're going to bring. I know the first thing that probably everyone's going to be wanting is, well, okay, I'm going to save them for later, but for horror characters, there's definitely going to be some horror icons in MK11. And the only ones I could expect could be Michael Myers, because he is getting a sequel to his highly successful 2018 film. I don't even know why it was called just Halloween. They could have gave it some subtitle or whatever. But anyway, we could expect him to be in it. Pennywise, because Warner Brothers, they're into with the film and the game, so we could expect him to make an appearance of some sort. And probably Chucky, maybe because of his reboot and his upcoming TV series. We could expect maybe.
Yeah, I forgot about the TV series.
Yeah, we could expect maybe a few of those three. I don't know any other icons that might be coming. I know we're getting a Grudge and Jacob's Ladder remake, but I I don't think we're gonna expect anything from Jacob's Ladder. I don't think the creature from the Grudge is gonna really be in there.
I doubt it.
Yeah, but if it was, that would be kind of surprising. Another, and now the real big one that I think everybody's going to be demanding, and I'm hoping to God he'll be in this one, is Spawn. Now we all know he's been the big requested character since the 2011 game, and he's been demanded again for MKX and Injustice 2, but we never really got him, despite all the teases that the characters, the creators and developers have been, doing. But something kind of tells me that we could get him this time, because for the horror icons, they've been featured in the game because they were getting an upcoming movie. Like Alien, the Xenomorph, Jason, and Leatherface. The Alien was because Alien Covenant. Leatherface was because of the Leatherface reboot. No, not reboot. The upcoming Leatherface movie, sorry. And Jason, he was supposed to get a film in 2017, but due to the box office failure of the movie Rings, that didn't happen, and a lot of people were upset that day. But now there's rumors that another film is being made, so we probably could expect something from another Friday the 13th in the near future. And something does tell me that we could see Spawn. Yeah.
Yeah, Spawn's interesting.
Yeah, but the reason I think we're going to finally see him is that he's getting a movie, and Todd McFarlane is directing it, which that's kind of a concern. But I'm thinking that he could be in it this time, because, like I said, new movie and all, and I'm hoping he'll be in it. But if he's not, then I don't think we could probably see him anytime soon. We'll probably have to wait till another Injustice or something like that. So, off to the next subject.
The consoles.
Consoles. Future consoles that have been teased, stated, and shown. Let's discuss the Mad Box.
That's a laughable one.
Yeah, okay, so back in the day, you had so many consoles to choose from, it wasn't even funny. But I think after the Dreamcast left in 2001, we've been only having 3 competitors. But before the Xbox came in, I think was like 2003 or
2 or something like that.
2 or 3. It was
that
only
one.
Sony and Nintendo, but then Xbox came in. And
Oh
then,
yeah, Xbox came in, I think, and there's the last one entered.
yeah, around the time of the GameCube was like being introduced. So yeah, we've been only having 3 competitors since that day.
I could be wrong exactly, but with the year, but basically.
Yeah,
we got it.
But now we're getting a new competitor, and it's the first new competitor since the first Xbox with Microsoft. It's the Madbox. And do you remember some of the features it stated that it was going to be featuring?
Oh, it was gonna have I think it's 4K. You were gonna be able to have VR compatible with different VR headsets.
Yeah.
They were giving off some crazy specs. It was supposed to be like some better than the PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, way more powerful.
I mean, it sounds by the way they were
ridiculous.
Yeah, the way they were describing it was like it sounded like one of those rumored vaporware consoles back in the day, like those YouTubers would make. You know, like
better than better than everything.
Yeah, and then like the supposed rumored Dreamcast 2 was said to be better, more powerful than the PlayStation 4s. And I remember one article saying it was gonna be like 1,000 times. They were like, that's like PC quality almost.
That's like thousands of dollars on PC parts.
Yeah, but
doubt it. I really doubt that.
Yeah, but it won't come out until like 3 years from now.
Something like that, yeah.
And I know some people aren't really liking this, not just because they think it's going to be, bad, but they think this is kind of dumb.
We're talking a company that published games, not systems. They're one of the publishers on, I believe it's Project Cars.
Yeah, but... And the fact that if a new competitor...
Publisher.
Yeah, if a new competitor was to come into the ring, they had to do something really good. And I don't think they're going to do well. It's like the same possibility if Sega wanted to come back into the console wars.
It's not as easy.
It's not going to be easy.
They're acting like it is. Like, oh, we can jump in. No.
Yeah, I mean...
You got to have steady, good first-party games. You got to have a reason to sell this.
Oh, yeah. You have to have, like, good...
And
wasn't it stated that there would be no exclusives?
Something like that. I don't even know. Like they
don't
really have exclusives anyway.
No, and that's the thing. If you're not going to have exclusives, then what's going to be like... It's going to be in a situation like, oh, I want the Madbox because it has this game. It's going to run great. But then, but you already have, like, PlayStation X by that point, and it's going to have the exact same game. Why do you want that? But it looks cool and I want it.
That's what it's going to be like.
Yeah. And if there's no exclusive, like I said, there's going to be no, like, that's the thing. No exclusive equals no likely to be selling well. Because it's like with Nintendo. Yeah, they're not very at the top of their game as they used to be. But what gives them the sales, though, is their first-party exclusive titles. Mario, Metroid, Yoshi, Smash Brothers. That's a real big one. That's a huge one. I think, like, Smash Ultimate already 5 million copies it sold, I think, by some point. But if that Madbox has no exclusives, then it's probably not really going to be a big seller. I think the only big seller was that's going to be the most powerful console ever to be released.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I highly doubt it.
Speaking of console, another console about the rumored disc-less, the disc drive-less upcoming Xbox model. About that.
I don't know too much about that, but it's supposed to be a discless version of the Xbox One. It's supposed to be cheaper.
Yeah, and the rumor. I remember there was like a leaked, well, not leaked, a fan design concept art
of Xbox 2, whatever they were thinking of.
Yeah.
They don't even have an official name for it yet. So.
And by the design of it, which we'll show on the screen here, it's kind of like it's what I would have imagined it to be. I mean, by discless, yeah, it has no disc drive, but the controller design is kind of a question mark because it has no buttons, no D-pad, no C-sticks, no buttons of any kind, not even a home button, so to say.
It's just
It's just a smooth
sensitive.
sheet. Yeah, just a big touch screen. But yeah, I could imagine they could have do something like that in the near future. But how I would think of it is that there would be a little hologram or a little flat button thing, and you're like would have been like an instant scan because instant scan where your thumb's lined, which activates the thing. Of course, that could cause some problems because the control
That
pod
stuff's
would be.
unreliable. Like how
Yeah.
how you would turn on the fat PS3 or the launch PS4 and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you had to slide your finger at the regular Xbox One. You have to just slide your finger across it. It's so sensitive.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. It could backfire. Something like that would.
Your thumb might touch one spot, but it might think you're touching another.
Yeah,
button.
that's another thing.
You have no feeling. You don't know what you're like. Your whole point is
Yeah, which I think that's
Yeah.
why they'll never really get rid of buttons.
because you need to feel it.
Not to
you don't
mention
have to be looking at it.
Not to mention no C stick or D pad could be another problem.
That's gonna be weird.
You could slide your thumb over the up and it can move your character in the wrong direction, which that could be a problem for like fighting games or beat 'em ups, so to say. Although beat 'em ups are kind
yeah,
of
this is just stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just some random fan made thing.
Yeah.
Um.
Anyway,
Speaking of consoles,
let's move on to our
Okay.
next one,
The
PlayStation Classic.
Oh,
No, this
God.
has been like
This is a joke.
Yeah, this has been butchered,
This
but
is a joke.
and yeah, we'll be kicking a dead horse. But why not just to talk about it for ourselves?
If you go on Best Buy and Target websites, you will see the PlayStation Classic Edition is going for $59.99.
Which is 60 with including tax.
Yeah. That's almost laughable. Remember, $100.
Yeah.
You had this weak library and PAL games. And
Yeah, the red
It's
flag
just
came
bad.
up with only just announcement of only a few titles revealed for it.
people literally pre-ordered it and they canceled it. Mel Jesus did that.
Yeah.
He pre-ordered and canceled.
Exactly.
I remember that. He made a whole video like, I canceled my pre-order.
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean
he was so disappointed.
that's the thing. I think it was just their excuse to jump on the bandwagon that Nintendo started.
They could have did better. I mean, they could have added so many
Yeah.
good games.
Yeah, I mean, like with Nintendo and SNES, they had a bunch of great titles. With the SNES, they even got Earthbound in there. But for the PlayStation Classic,
Oh,
they
that
had
Wild Arms.
look, they had a few good titles. Like they had Metal Gear, and
System Metal.
Metal Gear, and they did have the Resident Evil Director's Cut, but
Which is an okay one.
I
They
mean-
could have put Resident Evil 2 on there. They could have put Spyro.
Crash.
The main franchise for that
Yeah,
system.
Tomb Raider,
Yeah, the main seller.
Silent Hill,
Yeah, Silent Hill especially.
Oh, like-
I would have flocked into it if that was on
or
there.
maybe some of the more hidden gem titles, like there's this
know
one
anything.
Doom Cologne game that was made by the same company that did Spiral. I don't know what it's called, but I know they could have added that on there because that was definitely a good title. I mean, we did get some good ones, but they're not like the ones that people would have
I
really.
mean, the hacking community got a hold of it, but
Yeah, I
still
mean,
not worth it. Right
oh
there.
man, then another controversial thing about that really raised the red flag even higher was some PAL versions of certain games. And that was like, nope, we're done. Now, in case you don't know what a PAL version is, basically, a PAL version is that the game, well, it'll look good.
But it's running slightly lower FPS.
Yeah, so that's why if you play a PAL game,
It's gonna look a little.
it's gonna play a little bit sluggish. Like
Which
they'll-
is bad because it happens to be freaking Tekken.
Yeah, Tekken 3, I think that's the one that really got affected by the PAL version.
Yeah.
And I think the Resident Evil Director's Cut.
It's okay. It's okay,
also-
game. I got that. I have that.
Yeah,
game.
I think that one also got affected by I think that's the PAL version.
Yeah, I have the physical copy of that game. So I'm
Yeah,
not
and the
worried.
PAL version, no matter what PlayStation Classic you get, there's gonna be they're gonna be PALs no matter what. So you're screwed either way. And what's that caused the PlayStation Classic? Gesundheit. It caused the PlayStation Classic to die quickly.
so quick that it's.
I knew nobody who owned a Classic. I only knew one person who had it, and he liked it. It's probably because he didn't care.
He's not all about it like we are. We're researching
Yeah.
every little bit of everything.
Yeah, the only interesting thing is that they got Rayman on there, like the very first Rayman game.
Yeah, that's
That was
something.
that was interesting to me, but I thought like it didn't impress me enough to go get it.
But that's something.
Yeah, I'm like that was like an Atari Jaguar title as well, so
Yeah, that's not terrible. But
yeah, but I mean, as of this point, you could pick one up for cheap. We're considering picking one up only because, well,
cheap.
it's cheap.
I'd rather wait. I mean, I would rather get one for like less than 60 though. Maybe
Yeah,
like
but
30.
I don't know how much
40?
it'll drop more, but we might as well pick one up because maybe under a similar situation as like some consoles, if they do horribly, they'll go up in value,
But
and some have some cult following, and
I
just
don't
go
know.
from
This
there.
one's this is just ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I don't. So I really don't see that happening as much with this, really. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
who knows?
We'll see.
And now, coming to one of my personal favorites I would want to talk about is a game that most of us fans have been wanting for a long time, and that's Streets of Rage 4. I already made like a character predictions video on my Index Master channel. There will be a link in the description below to that video. So basically, I discussed about what characters I think could return for the season. And by that point, I was like excited for the game. Like I knew this was going to be something. Like one of Sega's oldest franchises that they've neglected since '94 is coming back into the broad day of light. But
Cool.
there's kind of an issue I think some people are kind of having with it. It's made by a different company. It's not being made by Sega, but I think they have some kind of involvement with it. But it's being made by the same company that did I think the Wonder Boy 3 remake.
Interesting.
And the problem is that it is just reeking, and I mean reeking of indie game because it's hand style drawn graphics. Now I don't mind games that have that. I know Guns Gore Cannoli features hand drawn style graphics.
Do you like that game?
Yeah, and I love it. Although the sequel's kind of a little bit hard for me at the moment because I'm still getting used to controls. But what works is that it just suits the gameplay, the style, and its humor. If a game is made with that kind of style, then yeah, go ahead and do hand drawn graphics.
There's
But
nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with it. But with Streets of Rage 4,
That's not how it's.
no, it's just not. It just doesn't suit it. Even with the style, which they're kind of perfectly recreating, it still just doesn't suit it. I can't imagine a fourth game being hand drawn. I mean, it's because that there's been so much nostalgia built up because of of the original trilogy. Because we love that 16-bit style of the game. That's what we all grown to love. Even with Sonic, people still love it. That's why Sonic Mania was such a big hit. Is Streets of Rage 4 just kind of did what Sonic Mania did, done in a more 16-bit style, but with slight upgrades and new moves and everything, then it probably would have been much more well received because everyone loves it that way. But if you wanted to do more in a 3D upgrade, which I would have not mind that at all, like maybe a 3D or 2.5D beat 'em up, then that could have been okay with me too.
Yeah, that would have been.
But
interesting.
hand-drawn graphics is kind of like, I don't know.
At this point, it's.
I
For
don't.
that game, it's no, it's.
I just don't know. I'm still having high hopes for it because I know Streets of Rage could be good, but if Streets of Rage 4 turns out to be bad, that is going to be a big shocker because most of the Streets of Rage games, although there's only 3 of them, have been well received. But, Streets of Rage 3 is kind of a mixed bag, but I honestly prefer that one, well, the Japanese version over every other game. I kind of think it's like the best one because I don't really like Streets of Rage 2 that much.
I like 3 and original.
3 is, and the original is also good, but I think 3 is the best, especially when it comes to its soundtrack. But-
Bare Knuckle 3.
Yeah.
Ash.
Yeah, but I'll discuss more about that in some other video. But in other ways, also another thing is that it's never been announced who's composing the game. I don't know the guy's name, but the guy who composed all 3 titles made what Streets of Rage made it iconic in terms of the soundtrack.
Yeah.
All three soundtracks were considered ahead of its time, and each one got more different from the rest. Especially the third game. The third one is amazing in my opinion because it's more experimental. I mean, like the soundtrack Bulldozer, it featured like glitch noises and had a lot of weird noises to it that just made Bulldozer, sound good. And I honestly like to play that whenever I get the chance to. But they don't know. I don't know who's composing it. They haven't announced it yet, and that's really one of my other concerns. If you're not getting the same guy who composed the original 3 games, what's the point of even playing it at that point? And for characters, we only got 2 of Axel and Blaze, which, yeah, it's nice to see them back, but give us some variety. Give us some of the old characters. I mean, yeah, you can throw in some new ones, but what made Streets of Rage, what it is, because of its characters. Especially Dr. Zan, who was like a weird, really different character to stand out because he was a cyborg. And he's my favorite character. So, that's really all I have to say about the 4th game. All in my conclusion is that I'm hoping to God that it will do well in some way. I don't expect it to really reach the same positive reception as the previous titles. But I'm hoping it does good in some way or another. And please do not make this just a digital exclusive. I don't want to go to limited run games just to pick up a physical copy.
If they make it.
Yeah, that's if. But still, I don't want it to be a physical copy. Make it a GameStop exclusive like with Bendy and the Ink Machine. Don't make it just a physical release. I hate that.
Yeah, it needs to be a physical too.
Because it's Streets,
collecting.
Yeah, it's Streets of Rage 4 for crying out loud. It's not an indie title. It's not an indie series. Okay, don't get too angry now. I'm gonna turn this into a rant video.
Alright.
Now
you can talk about the Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah, the Smash Brothers stuff.
You're in it more than I am. So
yeah, I mean,
for it.
Okay, so there's not really much I could say about the Smash Brothers stuff, other than the fact that DLC has still kind of been in some debate whether one way or another. Now, Smash Bros. Ultimate has been a kind of a ride, starting with the controversy of Waluigi not being a playable fighter, to the infamous Grinch leak back in October, and it's been a ride for Ultimate, and it's considered the best title in the series. It's tied with Brawl in terms of the Metacritic score. And sales numbers, we have yet to see. But I think it's like 5 million at the moment. Anyway, but now it's not going to stop there because we have DLC on the way. So far, we only got 2 characters. Piranha Plant, who's a little bonus if you got the game as a pre-order or getting the game within a certain time.
We have until the 30th.
Yeah, January 30th.
So if you haven't done
31st.
it, get on it. Yeah, until the 30th.
It'll be an email. You'll get you might have to search.
Yeah, it will tell you. It would actually tell you when you go into the game. Something about the news or whatever you click on the.
Yeah.
It'll tell you.
Something like
or look it up.
And there's videos showing you how
you would
claim
it and
stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, I had to because I didn't know how this was going to work. Stupid. Anyway, Piranha Plant was like a big shocker because nobody asked for him. People were asking for like Banjo, Shadow, Geno, but nope, Piranha Plant. And there's been so many memes about that.
Memes.
That's true. Just look it up.
Memes.
Yeah. And then the most recent one was Joker from Persona 5, which nobody asked for him either. Someone probably did, but he was another character who seemed like nobody asked for. And that's, I think, it seems like they're wanting to do some characters that nobody has asked for or wants. And that's what I think they're going for. So, and there's been already speculations about characters who are probably going to be DLC, which include, like, Doom Guy, which I would like, Ryu from Ninja Gaiden, Steve from Minecraft, and some other guy from, I think, Dragon Quest.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense.
But then again, I don't know if these would be characters that they would, be surprising. Yeah. These are more like if characters did the Smash Ballot. Smash Ballot. I remember when that was a thing. I requested Snake like crazy. But you know, these don't seem like characters that would be turn out to be surprises like Piranha Plant and Joker. I mean, they could feature them, and I'm hoping to God that Steve is not one of them, because I don't want to see him in Smash. He just doesn't suit it. Doom Guy, yes, I would love to see him. Who else is there? Who else was there? Oh yeah, Ryu from Ninja Gaiden. I guess he might be the NES rep, or I don't know if it was supposed to be Simon Belmont. Like, I'm surprised no NES rep has been announced. So I don't know if it's either Simon or Ryu from Ninja Gaiden, but from what to be an NES rep, you had to only have one game on the NES and that was it. Hence, Duck Hunt and Ice Climbers only had one game and never heard from again. And Rob could count because he was only an accessory for the NES and then never heard from again. Yeah. So, Simon doesn't count because Simon's been part of a long series of games. And same thing for Ryu from Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden's got its own series of games. If you want an NES serve, I don't really see you have much options, but you do have like maybe Spike from Wrecking Crew. Because he'll probably be the closest thing we get to Waluigi. But if they really want to surprise us, they had to go for real oddball choices, like characters that nobody would have wanted, like, I don't know, Bubsy. God. If he does, then that would be real surprising. But, speaking of Bubsy, he's going to lean to our very last subject.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up.
The video game resurgence, or video game renaissance, as I call it. And it's a term I invented. Well, probably, because, well, copyright. I invented the title. Give me credit. So what is this video game resurgence that I call? Well, the video game resurgence is something that, basically, it's a series of game titles, game characters, or game companies that have never been heard of a long time suddenly coming out from the graveyard. Basically, in order to be part of the resurgence, you had to be at least something from, like, the dark age of video games, like the times of Atari up until, like, I don't know, the N64 and PlayStation times. And I think it all started with Bubsy, the Woolly Strike Back, because Bubsy was dead in the graveyard after Bubsy 3D. Then out of nowhere, he just came back, and he's making games again. He's recently gotten a new one on the way called Paws on Fire, which is I think one of those running games.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how that would work for Bubsy. His model even looks weird for the game. And not to mention, we've gotten other characters that have come back. Shaq for Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn.
That's a great game.
I played it. It's not that bad. We have Streets of Rage 4, as I discussed previously. We have the Battletoads.
That's sweet.
That's also coming out. We have others that I probably can't think of at the moment.
But,
Crash came back, and Spiral's back.
So basically some characters, good amount of characters and franchises are coming back.
Yeah, that are making the out of nowhere comebacks.
Which is nice.
So, that kind of raises this... And not to mention, Atari's coming back with the Atari...
VCS.
Yeah, the VCS. Previously known as the Atari Box.
I don't know.
The VCS is kind of questionable.
A Linux system.
No one's even talked about it yet.
Because there hasn't been any news, I don't think, about it.
And other than the fact that it's possibly a scam.
Yep.
Which probably could be because the game they've been.
Another Indiegogo they're funding it.
Yeah.
Which they don't even really know if they have a full on working 100% prototype yet.
Yeah, even though they showed it, they never showed it working. Not to mention when they showed us for Tempest 4000.
The company made that didn't even.
They made that up. And yeah, the people say that no,
we didn't make that.
No, there's no such thing as Tempest for Atari. And then RGT85 made a speculation video saying it was a scam, and the company even...
Oh, they got back to him saying he was fake news.
Oh, yeah, they called him out, and he made a response video,
Yeah, I follow him on Twitter and
stuff like that, but it could be a scam, but I remember when pre-orders were supposed to start back in 2018, but now the console won't be coming out until July, supposedly. I haven't really heard much about it since then. I have a think this is probably, I don't think it would be a scam, but if it isn't a scam, then it's going to be a real big failure. Not to mention, I think we're even getting a new Vision console that like something that's kind of like instead of the Coleco and a television. It was I don't know what it's called, but it's going to be something like the Coleco Vision or a television.
Coleco something. I don't remember what
I'll
it's
put
called.
the picture of what I'm talking about on the screen. So basically, there's going to be something like that, a new console coming into the ring, so it's not just the Mad Box that's coming back, it's going to be this weird Coleco thing. But what is kind of, questioning about that is that it's going to be a more family related than Nintendo. I think because there was like E to E10 titles, no T games, no M games, and obviously no A games. What game these days is getting a rated A title? Hatred is
I
one
mean,
of
on
them.
Steam, that's the only thing you can
Yeah,
call it.
Hatred.
Console-wise, no, you're not.
No, there's no such A game even exists that's been released on a console.
Yeah.
And it was because of Manhunt 2, I think, that they've addressed that no such game with that rating will ever appear on it.
Yep.
I guess there'll never be a console that'll do so. I think there was even an article saying that the MPAA, not the MPAA, the rating, the ESRB, why did I say? I don't know. That the ESRB did say that. I think there was an article saying they would like to see more rated A games, but I doubt we'll get that anytime soon.
Yeah, if you rated A, it's gonna be closer to porn or really violent.
Yeah, more on the violent side, I think. But for that console only being E to E10 games only, then that's kind of
You're very limited.
You're very limited. Because not everything's rated. Well, not really everything.
Not too much below T anymore.
No, except anything that's Nintendo related. You might as well put in some early childhood games on there as well.
That's not even much of a thing.
No,
it is, but that's.
I've seen only one title being early childhood, and that was for the 3DS. I think it was like Team Umizoomi that had that title of it, early childhood. But that's all I really know for console-wise. We could expect maybe. There's been speculations that Sega could make a return. If they do, they had to do something really, really good and really impressive. Because Sega, it has its fan base of people who kind of want them to come back. I know I would like to, but I don't think they'll do that anytime soon whatsoever. Because, like I said, it's some really good, do some impressive. And remember the rumored Dreamcast 2?
Yeah.
That was a thing.
Yeah, that was a thing.
And 1,000 times more powerful than the PlayStation 4. That would be impossible. That's almost PC quality.
Yeah.
Or about PC quality, or maybe
I don't know. Maybe we'll do another video on just rumors alone.
Yeah, but other than that, and another thing about the video game searches is that, can we expect more characters to come out of the grave? There's a ton of them that could come back. I know Earthworm Jim could definitely come back.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, even though some people say that his humor have aged well because he's more 90s based, we'll update his humor then.
Boogerman.
Boogerman, yeah.
We have that.
Yeah, there was actually a thing, I think Kickstarter or something, that he was supposed to get a 20th anniversary remake that would have been like the original, but they would have added new stuff. And Earthworm Jim was supposed to be a little bonus thing if you kickstart the game. But that didn't go well, and we may never get that. But if Boogerman were to come back, no one would probably play it because of the gross out 90s humor. Well, actually, gross out humor is kind of a thing these days, so he could return. Gex is another one.
Oh yeah, I have that on Saturn.
Yeah.
How many people don't say that?
He's basically the reptilian equivalent to Bubsy. Wisecracking one-liners.
I actually thoroughly enjoyed that game. You played it too.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, and we have the Saturn version too.
Yeah. And he only had like 3 games. Bubsy had 4 and Gex only had 3. So he could come back. I mean, I think his IP was put up for sale some time ago. I'm surprised nobody's bought it yet. I don't care if it's an indie company. Bring back Gex, please. Who else is there that could? Who was it? I know there's the things from Zool, those weird alien things. And then they had like 2 games, but they seemed like they wanted to be under the mascot competition as well. But
Bug.
that didn't go
That's not
well.
gonna come back.
Yeah.
I doubt that would ever come
Oh
back.
yeah, Bug's another one.
That's
that was
not gonna
another.
come back.
Well, he was more of an attempt as a temporal mascot to the Saturn, but Sega's been known to just like
Tries.
killing their franchises with not much hope. Clockwork Knight's another one.
I'm gonna grab that game when I get the chance.
There's like some other characters from like the 90s that were like mascot type based, but never really got anywhere. There's probably others. Clay Fighter could probably make a return, but who really knows about Clay Fighter anymore? Nobody. That's who. I think that's really all I have to say about the video game resurgence. If I scripted this out, I probably would have had more something to say, but like I said...
we're dragging on 46 minutes now, so...
Yeah, I think...
We're getting ready to wrap this up.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't have much to say,
We don't want to go for an hour.
Yeah,
so.
And we should mention that we are working on possibly actually playing some games for this channel, not just making it podcast like some channels, Pat.
Pat. Pat.
Yeah.
I like your channel, Pat.
Yeah.
You're cool, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. You and Ian.
Anyway, that's not the point. We are working on getting some stuff so we can record gameplay footage. We don't want to use just emulators and such because you know how companies get about that these days.
Yeah. I just need to get some more adapters to plug systems. I have an Elgato. I can pretty much do most HDMI
We
systems.
could probably play some indie titles or
something.
like maybe Getting Over It.
Yeah, something. We'll play something on this video.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll figure this out. And,
Eventually.
And
we could probably do some Nintendo stuff now because Nintendo's being more open about, letting them play their titles as long as we follow some certain rules. And don't forget to expect some gameplays featuring our Broccoli and his gang of idiot characters.
we have one of those, a quick video of that coming soon, so.
Even though we promised it like sometime back in 2018.
Yeah, we already have a video made. We just gotta incorporate Broccoli Man's characters into it. So.
Yeah, so
look forward to it. It's interesting. It's a little glitch I found while playing Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. So you'll like it.
Yeah, you might
hopefully.
like that. We might upload it sometime this week.
Yeah, this week. We could do that for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it.
Alright, well, I guess we're going to have to end it here, guys. So,
This is Vince
and Ian
from Blue Sauce Studios signing off.